mostly at all regimental centers, and they are trained. But these are only for the particular things.
Right.
I will tell you something more. Like, suppose we have got the command armies. Like in Southern Army, maximum number of jobs and maximum number of metros and all, everything is in the Southern Army. Pune, Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, and most of the places they have got a lot of factories. So the ladies there, under the stewardship of the Southern Army commanders, the lady wife, they organize and they see that lot of those single women, single ladies, because Jawans, out of 597, suppose 200 Jawans have been killed, and these 200 Jawans, what is their age? Their age will not be more than 27, 28.
Yes.
And those girls are
young.
about 18 to 20 to 21.
Correct.
That's a very good thing that you have discussed about the remarriage and all these things. Some of the amount, of course, is less said is better.
True.
So the point is, they have also organized, some of them have got jobs in telco, some of them have got jobs in all these companies. They are trained, because most of them, our soldiers folks are still there from the rural folks and all. They have to have minimum.
Sir, I'll have to
qualifications
interrupt you
now.
once again. We have another viewer. This is Rajiv Kumar from Haryana. So Rajiv, welcome to the show.
Yeah, hi ma'am.
Yes, hello, please go ahead.
Yeah, my question is like, I'm a neutral person for this one rank one pension, but I'm not in favor of that one rank one pension, because what is happening is now the person who is going to join army, we at the time itself know that I will not be getting the same pension as other member who is retired before me or after me. So it is also putting so much of burden on our economy, because this money is going to from our pocket only. Those people who are working in private companies, they are giving taxes, so this tax will go as a money to these my soldier fellow. But thing is right, like soldier widows, government should give some money to those people only for soldier widows. And like one Mr. I forgot his name in your show, he said like there was only one member who was not married, and he was the only earning member. So government should give only money to these people, not the all people who are just. For example, in my village, there are persons who are just now asking where their parents are, who was retired from army, so that they can get money from their parents at this time. So this is not right from my viewpoint of view. If you can elaborate this.
Okay, thank you for that viewpoint. I'm sure there must be many who would want to know this. Yes, both of them are yearning to go, I'm sure. Yes, sir, you can go first.
I would like to
please respond,
inform the caller basically that you need to see what is armed forces for the country. Armed forces for the country is a kind of an insurance. Armed forces, when a person, why are they asking for this? It's a social security, because they retire very early, because their service conditions are very different from a lot of other people. When an armed forces person goes into the service, he's basically signing a contract of unlimited liability, which my legal colleague will understand better. Legal unlimited liability means that he is willing to give up his life. There is no other profession in this country or across the world which demands this from a person. It also gives the right to a person to legitimately kill an enemy, which no other service demands from you. If you actually see the armed forces and why they deserve this entire thing more is, there are three fundamental rights which when the armed forces forfeits when they enter the army. They do not have the right to assembly, they do not have the right to strike, and they do not have the freedom of speech. Something which we see people fighting over day in and day out on television channels is denied to the armed forces people. And here we say that they do not deserve an OROP, and what is the kind of, in this country just recently the government has written off 1 lakh crores of bad loans of the bank bad loans which are there existing in the
Nationalized.
nobody asks those questions. The moment you talk in terms of pension, there is something which happens in this country. There is a kind of a ideological aversion to the word pension, which is it needs to be seen as a social security mechanism, which is applicable. I would say if it can be extended, if the country is rich enough, it needs to extend it to majority of the population. But here, since you have limited amount of money, this is one constituency, this is one community armed forces which needs the OROP much more. Because at the moment what is happening is that you are finding this community, which is a part of the state, is looking like an outlier. When you see your armed forces people are going on the street and actually demanding things, it is the whole country is looking so shabby. For a foreign institutional investor who is standing outside, when he sees this, that one part of the establishment is an outlier, it gives a very, very pathetic image of a country.
If I could add something.
Yes, sir.
The
Please.
main thing he has told about not to have those three freedoms. Another thing is, suppose I'm a pilot, I'm a transport pilot, so I fly IL-76 or AN-32. There are some jobs, very lucrative jobs waiting for me outside also. If I leave that cockpit and go to a Jet Airways cockpit, I might start getting about 4-5 lakhs over there. But I cannot leave my job straight away. Suppose I am superseded also. I could not become from wing commander to group captain. Then I have to apply for it. After I have applied, the department, personnel department, they will see, no, I cannot leave him because the number of pilots required for so many squadrons of IL-76 or AN-32 are more than what you have got, or just like that. I will not be left. It is premature retirement also. That pension is earned after 20 years of service. Then you earn the pension. Then if you are superseded, generally, if you are not superseded, you don't leave it. Then you apply for it. Then you might be standing in the queue 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. That job is waiting for you just outside. You can go there and just get into that cockpit and get that money. But you cannot be left. Or you cannot join that unless you are left. The main thing is, I just want to add, you have to respect and you have to love your armed forces. You know, this is a very old joke. Our country has got an army and the countrymen should be very proud of it. Right from the 48, why 48? All these world wars also. I mean, we are celebrating 100 year of 100 year of First World War. At the same time 50 years of the 65. So we have got an army. I think the countrymen are very proud of it. In the joke book it is generally mentioned, we have got an army, and our neighbor, that their army has got a country.
That's right. That is right. Well, we have another viewer at this point with us. This is Narendra Singh Kushwaha from Uttar Pradesh. So Narendra Singh, welcome to the show. जी कहिए. Please lower down the volume of your TV set.
थैंक यू मैम. मैम हम ये जानना चाहते हैं. हेलो.
जी जी.
अभी आप सुन रही हैं मुझको?
जी.
मैम ये जानना चाहते हैं कि हम थर्ड ग्रुप से रिटायर हुए हैं, जो जेडब्ल्यू, और अभी फर्स्ट ग्रुप का जो जेडब्ल्यू हमारे साथ जो रिटायर हुआ 20 साल की नौकरी में, तो उसकी पेंशन हमसे 1000 रुपए ज्यादा थी. तो अब जो पेंशन होगी तो क्या थर्ड ग्रुप, सेकंड ग्रुप, फर्स्ट ग्रुप के बराबर होगी या कुछ आगे पीछे होगी?
Well, I mean, who would like to take that question, please?
नहीं, देखिए, जब ग्रुप अलग है तब उसका जो मैक्सिमम पेंशन और मिनिमम पेंशन दोनों का बीच वो पकड़ा जाएगा. आपका ग्रुप का जो जूनियर वारंट ऑफिसर रिटायर हुआ विथ सेम अमाउंट ऑफ सर्विस, उसको और अपना तनख्वाह एक होगा. वो बेशक आपको 10 साल बाद में रिटायरमेंट हुआ तब भी आपको पेंशन बढ़ के उतना हो जाएंगे.
Right. Okay, Ranjana ji, what is your idea? Because this is also a sentiment that's running among the people, that why is it that this is being given only to the people of the armed forces? What about the others who are also, equally probably, if not equally, but they are doing a good job themselves? And also their argument is that when the people from the armed forces retire, they are young, so all of them do get employed in the private sector and get paid heavily. That's what they say. So what do you want to say on this?
Well, I think to some extent that's true also, that there is a lot of emphasis at
Because
the
none of
moment.
them sit at
Because-
home, that we
yes,
all know.
And also that there is more organized voices that have
Correct.
emerged over the years. Having respect for the army, which is at the, you know, we all have, and we
Yes.
share the thing. But at the same time, look at the job of the paramilitary, for example. Look at the job of the policemen.
Yes.
Look at the job of other people who are also delivering the similar kind of services. So that, in any case, as you said, if we were a country with resources,
Yes.
social security should
We
be
would
for
have done it for the others.
everybody who really needs and deserves it. But at the same time, I would think that, you know, since this issue has been dealt with in terms of the organized voices of the armed forces and also the sacrifices in the other area that we look at, but I'm very sure that soon we will start hearing from the other kinds
Yes.
of, you know, groups of people who
Correct.
are delivering similar kind of services to the country. Right.
But I would like to
Right.
add here one thing. You know, already if you see, you know, the elite in the country, whether it is the judiciary, whether it is the bureaucrats, or whether it is the politicians, all are enjoying OROP benefits. Their pay, their pensions are upgraded every year. Then why is this step-motherly treatment to the armed forces? That is simply the armed forces is asking. The contribution of the armed forces is much more in terms of, you know, across